Pioneer fans, Pioneer Women's JV Basketball is live and on the air. We are live here at the main gym at Pioneer, where it is your Pioneer Women's Junior Varsity Basketball team taking on the Skyline Eagles. And then we'll have the varsity contest right after this at 7 o'clock. We'll have on color commentary for the varsity will be Coach Mike Ahrens. So we are looking forward to that. But first, in about 7 minutes, the two JV squads will square off as they're getting warmed up. Clock counting down here. We have some folks filing in, and no better place to be than at a nice, wonderful high school basketball game on a Friday evening. So we appreciate you joining us wherever you are at, cheering for whichever team. Thank you very, very much. We'll play a few messages from the MHSAA, and then we'll see if we have any starting lineups or national anthem, or if we hop right into things. We'll get going in just a little bit. You're watching Pioneer Women's Junior Varsity Basketball, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sport skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
The love of the game draws us to sports, as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
And we are live at the main gym here on the campus of Pioneer High School, where it is your Pioneer women's junior varsity basketball team taking on the Skyline Eagles. The men's squad squared off last night, and I didn't catch the JV game, but Pioneer men did stay unbeaten, beating Skyline. I believe it was 54-45 at the last tally, so big win there. Couple games coming up later today. We have this game, then we'll have the varsity game between Pioneer women's varsity basketball and Skyline women's varsity basketball at 7 o'clock. We will also have at 7:30 the Pioneer women's hockey team as they will be taking on Grosse Pointe South over at the East Side Foundation Ice Arena over in Grosse Pointe, Michigan. Tomorrow we'll have the Pioneer women's hockey versus Livonia United at 5 o'clock from Veterans Memorial Ice Arena. And then next week, nothing on Sunday or Monday. On Tuesday, we will have men's JV basketball at 5:30 here at the Pioneer main gym. That's Tuesday, the 19th of December. We'll have the men's varsity basketball game versus Howell at 7 o'clock. Then on the 20th, we'll have women's varsity hockey versus Huron Skyline. That will be from Veterans Memorial Ice Arena at 5 o'clock. And at 7 o'clock, we'll have Pioneer men's varsity hockey versus Grosse Ile from the Ann Arbor Ice Cube. Then Friday on the 22nd, we'll have Pioneer men's varsity hockey versus Saline. I believe that's announced as a 7 p.m. game. We will not be able to do the game from Adrian on the 23rd for Pioneer men's varsity hockey, as we will not be available. That will take us, so those games will take us through to the new year, where we will start off with the Pioneer men's varsity hockey game on the 6th. So looking forward to that. Both squads gathering around their coaching staff. The officials with the ball right at center court. We're about to get underway here. As out there for Skyline, they do have Bazzani, as well as Miller, Murray, Braybeck, and then trying to catch the other one, I believe that's Arocha, who are out there as the starting five. For Pioneer, Lee comes out, as well as Davis, Fortini, Wernemount, Cortina, and I think that's our five. Yep. Fortini and Cortina, indeed. So we're getting ready to go. That back, Davis wins it up, and they're going to re-jump it. 7:59 left to go here as that tip back as Fortini has it, moves it over to Wernemount. Wernemount over at midcourt. Wernemount down on the far side. That pass down into the baseline. Lee goes up. That off the bottom of the glass. Picked up by Fortini. Now Wernemount over to Cortina. Cortina for a long two. That off the back of the rim. Pulled down. Grabbing it, heading the other direction is Bazzani for Skyline as she brings it over midcourt. Bazzani watched by Cortina. Comes top of the key. Now comes over onto the far wing. Bazzani now comes over, flips that over to Miller, then getting it back, and that goes out of bounds. That will be Skyline ball on the near sideline as they'll inbound it there. 7:24 left to go here in the first, scoreless so far. As Miller inbounds that back over to Bazzani. Bazzani just inside the half court. Now comes over onto the near wing. Bazzani into the near corner. Working against Fortini. Trying to get it underneath over to Braybeck. Braybeck. That goes all the way back to Bazzani on the near sideline. Bazzani cuts towards the field goal, towards the free throw line, then gets it back. Bazzani bounce pass over on the near side, over to Miller. Miller into the near corner. Miller puts it up, trying to get it over to Brayback. That's stolen away by Pioneer. Coming the other direction, Fortini has it. Over midcourt for Pioneer. Fortini over on the far side. Wernham out for 3. Would not go. 6:44 left to go here in the first. Scoreless so far as Bazzani brings it over half court for Skyline. Cortina watching her. Bazzani into the near corner. Bazzani trying to get it into the paint. That knocked away. Good job by Lee. Firing it ahead as here comes Cortina for Pioneer. Wernham in the far corner. Wernham gets it to Davis at the free throw line. Trying to get it underneath the Lee. That over to Fortini. Fortini trying to get it back over to Lee. That just off of her fingertips. Out of bounds. That will go over to Skyline. 6:14 left to go here in the first. As that ball inbounded, now over. Bazzani has it in the near wing. Bazzani dribbling to her left, working her way around the three-point line. Bazzani now on the far wing. Getting that over to Murray. Murray comes top of the key, trying to get it underneath into the paint to Brayback. Brayback has it on into the near corner. That tipped out of bounds. That will be, looks like, Skyline ball. As Miller will inbound baseline right. 5:57 left to go here in the first. Still scoreless between these two squads. Underneath into the paint, bounce pass by Murray and out of bounds. That will be Pioneers ball with 5:54 left to go. Lead inbound baseline right. And brought ahead as Cortina has it over half court. Cortina coming down the far sideline, hands it off to Wernham out. Gets it over at the free throw line to Davis. Davis puts it up and puts it in as Davis has her first points of the game. Pioneer 2, Skyline nothing. 5:35 left to go. Bazzani has it into the near wing. Stolen away by Cortina. Cortina lofts it ahead. Now grabbing it. Davis puts it up, rolls around and in. Davis with 4 points and makes it Pioneer 4, Skyline nothing. And that is going to be a timeout call. Let's play a little push on. Pioneer with the 4-point lead with 5:23 left to go here in the first. 5:23 left to go here in the first. Skyline inbound baseline left as that is Miller who gets it in over to Bazzani. Bazzani trying to get out of her own backcourt as Fortini watching her. Bazzani into the near corner, comes down the baseline. Bazzani now picks up her dribble and that gets tied up and we'll see. It is going to be a foul on Pioneer. So Fortini picks up the foul. That will be her first. Pioneer's first. Skyline inbound baseline right. Miller being watched by Cortina. Gets it over. Stolen away. Fortini with that steal. She comes down the far sideline. Bounce pass ahead to Wernham out. Wernham out comes down the baseline. Wernham out puts it up. Just a little too strong. Pulled down by Lee. Battle for it. Into the near corner. Coming in Fortini. Gets it over to Cortina. That falls just short. Battle for it underneath. Lee pulls it away. Now Davis puts it up. That off the back of the rim. Tracked down by Cortina. There's a big shot by Fortini. That comes off the near side out of bounds. That will be Skyline's ball. 4:42 left to go here in the first. 4-0 Pioneer with the lead. Miller to inbound baseline left. As they call back a little help for Skyline, as again, Fortini providing some full court pressure and pulled ahead by Tuzik. Tuzik gets it over to Bazzani. Bazzani on the near wing. Bazzani, bounce pass into the paint, trying to work her way in. Bazzani takes it back. Top of the key now comes over onto the far wing. Bazzani takes a long 2-point shot. That off the glass linear side, pulled down. Here comes Pioneer. Lee moves it over to Davis. Davis quickly ahead for Pioneer. Wernermouth down the baseline, puts it up as that goes out of bounds. 4:15 left to go here in the first. 4-0 Pioneer with the lead. As Lee to inbound, baseline left for Pioneer. As Bazzani and Miller get a breather for Skyline. Bounce pass over to Cortina in the near corner. Cortina works her way around for Pioneer, gets it over to Wernermouth. Wernermouth on the far sideline. Wernermouth bounce pass on the baseline over to Fortini, and that's going to be a travel. That'll go the other direction. Skyline to inbound as Schreiber will inbound baseline left. 4:06 left to go here in the first. And moved ahead to Tuzik. Tuzik head over to Arocha. Arocha comes top of the key. Arocha moves it over onto the near wing for Kears. Kears works her way around the three-point line, top of the key. Now over on the near wing. Working her way into the near corner is Tuzik. Tuzik comes to the free throw line down the near side of the paint, and that is going to be a double dribble. That'll go to Pioneer's side with 3:48 left to go here in the first. They will inbound right in front of their bench. As here comes Cortina. Cortina over. Now there's a shot by Fortini, put up by Davis and in. As Davis has all 6 points for Pioneer, 6-0 Pioneer over Skyline with 3:32 left to go here in the first. Schreiber moves it over to Arocha. Arocha gets it back over to Tuzik. Tuzik loses the dribble, going down, trying to steal that away. Was Wernermouth, battle for it. Wernermouth comes away with it, gets it over to Cortina, over to Davis. Davis from the paint, up, and it rolls off the front of the rim. Pulled down, Wernermouth from the free throw line. That one falls just a little short. Pioneer trying to keep it in bounds, but could not. That will be Skyline's ball, so they will inbound baseline left. 3:09 left to go here in the first. 6-0. Pioneer with the lead over Skyline. As they inbound it, bringing it ahead is Arocha. Arocha comes on to the far wing, passes it off down the baseline. That flipped back out by Kears. Now there's a shot. Rattles around. Bierman taking it from the free throw line. Pioneer with the rebound. Quickly ahead. Cortina gets it to Wernermouth in the far corner. That pass just a little out of her reach. That will be Skyline's ball. So inbound it baseline left. As coming in is McEwen and Grecken for Pioneer. Wernermouth now in the backcourt to provide pressure on Skyline. As working her way ahead is Tuzik. Tuzik for Skyline. Launches it over midcourt, gets it over to Schreiber. Schreiber, top of the key, over on the near wing to Arocha. Arocha over on the far wing now, picks it up, moves it over to Bierman. Bierman onto the near wing, working her way around the three-point line, now down the baseline. Bierman picks up the dribble, needs a little help. Bierman, and that is going to be a whistle. And that is going to be a holding foul on Davis. That is the second for Pioneer. Skyline to inbound baseline right with 2:30 left to go here in the first. Schreiber to inbound. Gets that over to Tuzik. Tuzik. That is going to be a travel Pioneer ball. 2:27 left to go here in the first. McEwen to inbound. Brought ahead. Now Cortina on the far sideline. Hands off to Wernermouth. Wernermouth trying to make her way through. Comes back. Cortina over on the near wing. Gets it underneath, is trying to feed it to a driving Wernermouth. That one knocked away by Skyline as they head the other direction. Arocha moves it back over now. Bierman, top of the key. Tuzik. Tuzik working her way around the three-point line over to the far wing. Now Bierman takes it into the near corner. Bierman trying to get a screen down the baseline. Bierman picks up her dribble, trying to bounce pass into the paint to Schreiber. Back to Bierman in the near corner. She works her way around the arc. Gets it back over to Tuzik. Tuzik, bounce pass over to Schreiber. Schreiber down the baseline. Schreiber Bounce pass back over to Bierman. Bierman now into the near corner. Puts up a long two. That off the side of the glass. Pulled down. McEwen with the rebound. Quickly ahead to Pioneer as Grecken puts it over to Cortina. Cortina in the far corner. Moves it back over. Grecken back on the free throw line to Davis. That one rattles off the front and the back of the rim. Pulled down by Skyline. Kierce the other direction. Kierce gets it over to Tusick. Tusick just inside of half court. Passes it over to Kierce on the far side. Now up Arocha, rolling it around. Wouldn't go. Davis with the rebound. Cortina brings it ahead for Pioneer. 1 minute, 5 seconds left to go here in the first. Grecken over at the far elbow. Gets it back to Wernemount on the far sideline. She bounces it past back to Cortina. Now coming in. Davis floats one up off the glass. Wouldn't go. Came off to the near side. Now bringing ahead. Here comes Tusick for Skyline. Tusick puts it into the paint, over for Schreiber, now into the far corner. Pulled back over on the far wing to Kierce. Kierce trying to fire it over to Tusick, who is driving the lane, and that pass just a touch out of her reach. 40.7 seconds left to go here in the first. Let's see if Pioneer tipped that ball. It looks like it is going to remain Skyline ball. So as Arocha will inbound baseline right with 40.7 seconds left to go. Pioneer up 6-0, and there's a whistle. And let's see if Fortini is set to come in. She will replace Grecken. Lee watching the inbounds pass. So Rocha has it, baseline right, trying to get it underneath, knocked away by McEwen. And will be a inbound pass by Skyline again with 40.2 seconds left to go here in the first. They get it over to Tusick. Tusick trying to work her way around the paint. Top of the key, Tusick with it for Skyline. Puts it all the way up for Kierce on the far wing into the far corner. Kierce with it, has that pulled away. Here comes Pioneer. As racing the other direction is Bierman, racing the other direction is Dugan. Pulled up, shot. That goes just a little high out of bounds. Dugan trying to get the rebound. 13.8 seconds left to go here for Pioneer. Lead inbound, baseline left. McEwen, Fortini, Dugan, and Lawson in there for Pioneer. Bounce pass over to Lawson in the near corner. Quickly puts it up and puts it in. Lawson with a long two. That makes it 8-0 Pioneer. 6 seconds left to go here in the first. As Klein gets it back over, there's a long shot off the glass by Tusick. Would not go, and Pioneer has the 8-0 lead here at the end of the first. Let's play a quick message from the MHSAA. We will be right back with your second quarter action. You're watching Pioneer Women's JV Basketball, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Pioneer 8, Skyline nothing here at the end of one. Heading into the second, we will have the varsity contest between Pioneer and Skyline women's basketball up after this. Then 7:30, Pioneer women's varsity hockey will be taking on Grosse Pointe South, so check that out. If you're on our main page, you can, if we have a couple broadcasts going, if you don't see yours, just look on the list down below or to the right. You'll be able to find it there. Also, click on the menu at the top, and most of the sports we broadcast have their own page. Not all of them, but a lot. So Klein inbound right in front of us. Gets that over to Tusick. Tusick, top of the key, moves it over on the near wing, over to Kierce. Kierce trying to get it into the paint. As that's pulling away, here comes Pioneer, bringing it ahead. As trying to flip that back over was Dugan. Battle for it at the free throw line as there's a Number of players down, trying to hustle and get that ball. That turns out to be a jump ball. Pioneer maintains possession. Lee will inbound baseline left. 7:41 left to go. Lee looking for a place to go, and they'll say that whistle. Looks like we're going to re-inbound. Lee, baseline left. Lee, bounce pass over to Lawson. Lawson gets it on the near wing to Dugan. Dugan over to Fortini. Now McEwen puts it up. That off the glass, trying to pull it down. And it's going to be a jump ball as Lee and Kierce got tied up. Possession arrow point Skyline's way. Skyline to inbound. Tusick brings ahead for the Eagles over midcourt. Pioneer up 8-0, 7:25 left to go. Ball on the far wing as Klein with it there, trying to steal it away. That pulled down. Racing the other direction is Dugan. Dugan in down the far side of the paint, goes to put it up. There is a whistle. Basket wouldn't go, but a foul. It looks like that is going to be on. Sure who that was on. I think that might have been on Klein. First shot is up and off the side of the rim. Dugan with another opportunity, trying to make it 9 points. Lee takes a breather. Davis back in for Pioneer. Dugan with one more shot coming with 7:13 left to go before halftime. Dugan puts it up and puts it in. She has 1 point. Pioneer 9. Skyline nothing. 7:13 left to go. Bringing it ahead is Bazzani. Bazzani over half court for the Eagles. Bazzani comes up to the top of the key over on the near wing. That's dumped underneath by Kierce. Now into the near corner. Bazzani back to Kierce on the near wing. Kierce working against Fortini at the free throw line. Gets it underneath, and Murray with the shot that goes off the side of the rim. Pioneer with the rebound. Dugan quickly ahead. Fortini on the baseline. That ball ripped away by Kierce. That goes out of bounds. That will be Pioneer's ball. 6:47 left to go. Here in the second, 9-0. Pioneer with the lead. Davis to inbound, baseline left. Davis bounce pass over to Lawson. Lawson quickly long three that hits both sides of the rim, falls out. And good rebound by Davis. Davis puts it up high off the front of the rim. Davis trying to get her own rebound in the far corner. Davis moves it back over to Fortini. Now there's a shot from the free throw line by McEwen that just goes wide to the near side. Quickly the other direction is Tusick. As Dugan trying to pull that away, and that's going to be over and back. Pioneer ball with 6:24 left to go here in the second. 9-0. Pioneer with the lead. Davis to inbound right in front of us. And gets that into Dugan. Dugan over half court. Dugan in along the far sideline. Fortini over to Lawson. Now on the near wing. Davis flips it over to Dugan. Dugan top of the key. Dugan bounce pass. Gets it over to Fortini down the side of the paint. That put up by McEwen. Rolls all the way around the rim. Wouldn't go down. Pulled down by Skyline as Bazzani moves it over. Now bringing it ahead is Klein. Back to Bazzani over half court for the Eagles. Bazzani comes up to the top of the key. Dribbles to her left, now her right. Moves on the near wing to Kierce. Back into the near corner. Working her way down. It's Tusick down the baseline. There's a three-pointer. Bazzani puts it in. As Bazzani has the first points by Skyline. That makes it 9-3. Pioneer with the lead with 5:34 left to go. Bringing ahead is Dugan on the far wing. Hands it off to Fortini. And top of the key over to Lawson. Davis works her way around the arc. That ball loose out of bounds. Tipped away. That will remain Pioneer ball with 5:23 left to go here in the second. As coming in for Pioneer, McVicker in for Pioneer. That ball, Davis gets it inbounded, and that pulled back away. McVicker with it, gets it over to Cortina. Now Fortini Back over to McVicker. McVicker over to Davis on the far sideline. Davis trying to dump it into the paint. That grab back to Davis in the far corner. Davis, and stolen away by Skyline. Bazzani has it. Bazzani over half court. Bazzani over on the far wing to Tusick. Tusick, and floated back, top of the key. Grabbing it is Kierce. Kierce over on the near wing. Kierce trying to get it into the paint. And put up high off the glass. Rattled home by Tusick. Tusick with her first points of the game. It's now 9-5. Skyline's cut it to a 4-point game. Pioneer wants a timeout with 4:41 left. As Coach Lee wants to talk about it, let's play a quick message from the MHSAA.
Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
4:41 left to go before halftime, 9-5. Pioneer with the lead. Skyline has scored 5 straight points. As everyone gets set. McVicker inbounds over to Cortina. Cortina over midcourt. Cortina hands it off. As that goes over to Fortini. Now Cortina gets it back, top of the key. Trying to race over. And on the far sideline, Davis comes down. That one just a little strong. Davis gets her own rebound. That rolls out. That will be Skyline's ball, baseline left with 4:22 left to go before halftime. Bazzani brings it ahead for Skyline over half court. Bazzani comes to her left, now dribbles, top of the key. Bazzani steps back just inside of half court. Flips that over to Tusick. Tusick on the far wing, now comes top of the key. Tusick floats it over on the far side to Baybeck. Now back, coming down the far side of the paint is Murray. Into the near corner. Skyline with it, over to Bazzani. Bazzani comes top of the key, now over onto the far wing. Cortina trying to stick with her. Bazzani gets a screen. Now trying to get it underneath to Murray. That goes out of bounds. 3:49 left to go here in the second. 9-5 Pioneer with the lead, but 5 straight points for Skyline has cut it down to a 4-point lead. Davis to inbound baseline right for Pioneer. Gets it over to Cortina. Cortina over half court. Cortina over on the near wing, over to McVicker. McVicker, that one gets caught in a pair of feet, and McVicker trying to hold it in. Elbow goes out of bounds. That will be Skyline's ball. Tusick to inbound it, gets it over to Bazzani. Now they'll re-inbound. 3:37 left to go here in the second. Bazzani brings it ahead. Cortina picks her up right at half court. Bazzani on the far sideline. Trying to get it over to Tusick. That goes out of bounds right at Pioneer's bench. Davis to inbound. Gets it over to Cortina. Cortina over half court. Cortina dribbles to the far sideline. Hands it off to Fortini. Now McVicker on the near wing. McVicker bounce pass, trying to get it over to Davis. That's stolen away. Loose right at midcourt. Fortini has it. Top of the key. Over to Cortina. Cortina into the far corner. Back to Fortini. Fortini down the near side of the paint, trying to make her way through traffic. There is contact and a foul with 3:10 left to go here. And it looks like that is going to be Murray who picks up her first foul. That is 2 on Skyline this quarter, none on Pioneer. Again, fouls down reset at the end of each quarter. And it's 5 to get into the double bonus. There is no single bonus. So if you start shooting free throws, it's always 2. Pioneer to inbound, baseline left. Davis to take it there with 3:08 left to go before halftime. 9-5, Pioneer with the lead. Skyline with the 5-point run. Davis trying to get it in, that underneath into the paint, pulled away. Bazzani the other direction for Skyline. Bazzani down the far side of the paint. Almost loses the ball, gets it back, bounce pass top of the key. Over to Arocha. Arocha all the way on the far side for Miller. Miller, that one won't go off the side of the rim. Pulled the other direction by Cortina. Cortina for Pioneer. Down the far sideline into the far corner, Cortina. Gets it back over to Fortini. Fortini now top of the key over to Davis. Davis trying to get it underneath to Fortini. Fortini puts it up. Oh, off glass, off the side of the rim. McVicker goes down to try and get it. Gets tied up with Murray. That will be a jump ball possession arrow, currently pointing Pioneers' way. 2:38 left to go here in the second. 9-5 Pioneer with the lead. They have the ball. They'll inbound at baseline left, just underneath their own basket. And get it over to McVicker in the near corner. McVicker picks up her dribble, needing help. That pulled away as Arocha steals it away. Bazzani has it in the backcourt for Skyline, bringing it ahead. Bazzani goes over half court. Bazzani puts it on the far sideline for Miller. Going down the baseline, that out of bounds. 2:23 left to go here before halftime. Miller to inbound, baseline right for Skyline. Miller looking around, gets it into the far corner. Bazzani on that far sideline, flips it over to Kierce. Kierce, that went off of McVicker's foot, going down, trying to get to it. That is going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow point Skyline's way. They will keep the ball. And they will inbound. They'll have them inbound on the near sideline. 2:15 left to go here before halftime. Skyline trying to cut into this lead before halftime. Pioneer trying to keep a 4-point lead or more going into the intermission. Into the near corner, Murray trying to flip it over to Kierce. There is a whistle as McVicker gets her first foul. 1 foul on Pioneer, 2 on Skyline this period. Unless there's a lot more quickly, probably not going to get into the double bonus here. Kierce to inbound on the near sideline. Kierce skies it over to Arocha. Arocha coming, trying to come down into the paint. That out of bounds. They will say, I believe that Lee touched it last. Trying to get that rebound. Miller to inbound for Skyline. Baseline right, just underneath their own basket. Miller trying to get it into the paint. Kierce with it. Kierce puts it up off glass, off the front of the rim, pulled down by Cortina. Cortina the other direction for Pioneer. Quickly had to warn him out. That one just through her fingertips out of bounds. Skyline with the ball with 1:57 left to go here in the second. 9-5 Pioneer with the lead, but Skyline with the inbound. Bazzani brings it ahead. Bazzani on the near side. Bazzani into the near corner. Bazzani bounce pass underneath, trying to get it over to Murray. Murray coming down the baseline. There is a whistle. 1:42 left to go. Foul. That on Skyline. Pioneers ball. As the inbound baseline right. Miller has it there. Miller inbounds it over to Cortina. Cortina over half court. Cortina on the far sideline. Hands off to Wernermouth. Wernermouth moves it over to McVicker. McVicker on the near wing. McVicker gets it into the near corner for McEwen. That ball loose. Grabbed by Lee. Lee and tipped away as Cortina has it in the far corner. Back over to McVicker. McVicker on the far side of the paint. She ends up going down and she loses an edge. That'll cause her traveling. 1:21 left to go here in the second. 9-5. Pioneer with the lead. Bazzani brings it ahead for Skyline. Bazzani over half court. Bazzani has Cortina out to watch her. Bazzani bounce pass that tipped away by Wernermouth. Wernermouth gets it, fires it ahead. Cortina down the far side of the paint, puts it up. That off the side of the rim, pulled down quickly. The other direction is Miller. Miller for the Eagles into the paint, puts it up with the right hand off the glass, rolls around and in. Miller has her first 2 points, and it is a 7-point run for Skyline. Now 2-point game, 9-7. Lee had it at the free throw line, a bump there and a foul. I believe that's going to be on 12, which would be Murray, which would be her second, but please don't quote me on that. As the officials are showing the number of the other side of the court, which is what they should do. That's where the scores bench is. 48.3 seconds left to go. Trying to get it over to Cortina. Just a little miscommunication that goes out right at the Skyline bench. Skyline will inbound. Opportunity to tie or take the lead for Skyline. They were down 9-0. 8-0 at the end of the first. They were down by a total of 9 at one point in time. Now they have it to a 2-point game. Battle for it on the ground as Arocha trying to pick it up. Wernemount went down. And it looks like they're going to get Wernemount for the foul. It would be her first. 2 fouls on Pioneer, 4 on Skyline with 40.7 seconds left to go. Davis looks to check back in for Pioneer. Davis will give Lee a breather. Tuesday, inbound. Gets that over to Arocha. Arocha over on the near wing to Bierman. Bierman down on the baseline, spins with it, gets it back over to Kierce. Kierce into the paint, puts it up, that over to the far side off the glass. Pulled down, trying to come in. Kierce up high on the glass off the near side of the rim, falls off to the near side, but a whistle and a foul with 26 seconds left to go. That foul is going to be called on Pioneer. That is going to be on Anderson, who just came in. It was in the act of shooting, so Kierce to the line to shoot 2 with an opportunity to tie. First one is up and good. It's now a 1-point game, 9-8. Kierce, one more coming. Second one is up off the rim, trying to pull it down. Skyline looks like a jump ball. This time possession arrow pointing Pioneer's way. Davis to inbound, baseline right. 9-8 Pioneer with a 1-point game. Skyline has 8 straight points, 22 seconds left to go before halftime. Cortina over to Wernemount on the far sideline. Wernemount picks up a dribble over to Cortina in the far corner. That is going to be out of bounds with 15.1 seconds left to go. Skyline with the inbound pass. Baseline left, Tusick with it there. Now they'll say it's Pioneer's ball. 15.1 seconds left to go. Pioneer trying to keep the lead. Going into halftime, McEwen gets it underneath to Davis. Davis puts it up. And contact underneath. Basket would not go, but she will go to the line. That should be foul number 5 in this period. She's also in the act of shooting. Davis to the line to shoot 2 with 12.7 seconds left to go. Opportunity to make it a 3-point lead. First one is up and hits off the glass, off the back of the rim, would not go. One more coming for Davis. Lee comes in, gives Anderson a breather. Davis dribbles the ball. Now bends the knees, puts it up. That off to the near side. That is going to be Skyline ball. 12.4 seconds left to go. Pioneer 9, Skyline 8. Pioneer full court pressure. As looking to inbound is Miller. That pulled away by Wernemount. Wernemount gets it underneath to Davis. Davis puts it up. That falls off glass, off the rim to the near side. Here comes Arocha. Arocha moves it over to Miller. Miller down the near side of the paint, puts it up off glass. And in, Miller has 4 points and 10-9. Skyline takes a 1-point lead right at the buzzer. They'll take that into halftime. So 10 straight points by the Eagles, and Skyline has taken a lead. It was 9-0 at one point in time just after the first quarter, and Skyline has come storming back. We'll play a few messages from the MHSAA here at halftime. We'll be back with your second half action. You are watching Pioneer Women's Junior Varsity Basketball, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sports skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the Health and Safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
The love of the game draws us to sports, as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
We are here at halftime between your Pioneer Women's Junior Varsity Basketball team and the Skyline Eagles, taking a look at the score so far. It is Skyline 10, Pioneer 9, and Davis has the lead for Pioneer with 6 points, 2 points for Lawson, and 1 point for Dugan. On the other side, it is 3 points for Bazzani, 1 for Kierce, 2 for Tuzik, and 4 for Miller. It was 10 straight points by Skyline's junior varsity team to take the lead here, as Pioneer had it 9-0, but Skyline scored 10 straight points. We're about to get back going, 8 minutes up on the clock, as Tuzik to inbound right in front of us. Pioneer going from left to right here in this second half. Get it over to Bazzani. Bazzani back right at the blockades for Pioneer. Bazzani now working against Cortina, coming down the far sideline, gets a screen down to the baseline. Bazzani trying to get it into the far corner. That brought down the far baseline by Arocha. Arocha moves it back to Bazzani in the far corner. Bazzani works her way out onto the far wing. Bazzani just inside of half court, comes to the top of the key. Bounce pass, gets that over to Murray. Murray trying to get it underneath to Arocha. Arocha passes it back. That grab by Kierce, top of the key, down into the paint. Kierce puts it up, wouldn't go. Lee with the rebound for Pioneer. 7:24 left to go here in the first. Bringing it ahead for Pioneer is Fortini. Fortini. Bounce pass over to Cortina. Cortina into the near corner for Wernemouth. Wernemouth for three, and she hits it. Wernemouth gives Pioneer the lead with her first points of the game. It makes it Pioneer 12 and Skyline 10. Bazzani brings it ahead for the Eagles. Gets it over to Tuzik. Tuzik, top of the key, now moves it over to Arocha. Arocha flips it over on the far side. That into the paint, over to Tuzik. Stolen away. Now Fortini gets it over to Wernemouth. Wernemouth underneath, and put up by Fortini. That wouldn't go. Pulled down as that one came up just a little short. Bazzani coming up the far sideline. Bazzani over half court. Bazzani on the far wing, comes to the free throw line, now moves it over to Kierce. Kierce trying to get it underneath. Fortini knocking that away. That goes out of bounds. That will remain Skyline ball as they'll inbound baseline left. Pioneer 12, Skyline 10. As Tuzik to inbound baseline left. Tuzik gets it to Kierce. Kierce turns around, puts it up off the side of the rim in the front. Pulled down. There's a shot from the low post on the far side. Wouldn't go, as that was by Murray. Out of bounds. That will stay Skyline ball. They'll say Pioneer touched it. Tuzik to inbound, baseline left. Tuzik trying to move it over. That goes out of bounds. That will remain Skyline ball. They'll have it on the near sideline. Bazzani now to inbound. Cortina watching it. That got in over to Tusick. Tusick in the far corner. Gets it underneath to Arocha. Arocha puts it up, and Arocha puts it in. That's her first point, so it's a tie game, 12-12. Cortina over to Wernermount. Wernermount on the near wing. Moves it. Top of the key. Over to Fortini. Pulled away by Skyline. Bazzani brings it over half court. Bazzani down the far sideline. Back to Bazzani at the top of the key. Now coming over onto the near wing. Bazzani on the near sideline, trying to get a screen to get away from Cortina. Now Bazzani on the far elbow. Flips that over to Murray. Murray trying to come down the baseline. Murray has that tied up by Lee. That will be a jump ball with 5:40 left to go. Possession arrow points Pioneers' way. 12 apiece, all knotted up. Cortina brings it ahead over half court. And right at the free throw line now over to Wernermount on the near wing. Trying to get it underneath to Davis. Davis at the top of the key over to Fortini. Now over to Cortina. Cortina on the far wing. Back over to Fortini. Top of the key. Back over to Cortina on the far wing. Cortina works her way towards the corner. Trying to get it to Fortini. Knocked away by Kierce. It's going to stay Pioneer ball. 5:18 left to go. Here in the third, knotted up at 12 apiece. Lead inbound on the far sideline. Gets it over to Wernermount. Wernermount top of the key. Comes over on the near wing. Into the near corner for Fortini. Back over to Wernermount on the near wing. Gets it into the paint. Over to Davis. Davis puts it up off the glass. Just a little strong off the side of the rim. Falls off to the far side. Pull back. Here comes Arocha for Skyline down the far sideline. She lofts it into the paint. And over to Schreiber. Schreiber on the near wing. Schreiber into the near corner for Tusick. Tusick on the near sideline, gets it just off the top of the key over to Kierce. Kierce gets a screen and trying to dump it underneath, but a traveling call. 4:45 left to go. Here in the third, 12-12 is our score. Lead inbound, baseline left, Pioneer ball. No fouls thus far in the third for either team. Cortina brings it over half court for Pioneer. All knotted up at 12 apiece. That's a handoff to Grecken. Now over on the near wing, Cortina gets it, trying to get it to Davis. That batted away. Skyline had it. Davis gets it back. Davis moves it over to Fortini. And back to Wernermount. Wernermount gets it over to Grecken. Back to Davis down the far side of the paint. Davis puts it up. Would not go. Off glass in the back of the rim, but a foul called. That's going to put Davis to the line. I believe that one is going to be on. I believe that one's going to be on Klein. And it will be her second. Davis dribbles. Chance to give Pioneer the lead again here. First shot is up and off the back of the rim. High arc. Just bounced away to the far side. One more chance coming. Still knotted up at 12 apiece. Raybeck comes in for Skyline. And she's going to give Murray a break. One more shot coming for Davis as she eyes the rim, puts it up, and that one just to the near side. That is going to be Skyline ball. As that's inbounded, bringing it ahead is Tusick. Tusick gets it over to Schreiber. Schreiber, on the near wing is Miller. Miller coming down the baseline, puts it up off the side of the rim. That goes out of bounds. That's going to stay Skyline ball. 4:11 left to go here in the third. 12-12 is our score between these two squads. Miller to inbound, baseline left. Miller bounce passes it, gets it over to Tusick. Tusick trying to pull it up. A little too strong, grabbing it back as Schreiber. Pulled back into the far corner. Pioneer with it. Grecken moves it over to Lee. Lee over midcourt. Lee over to Cortina. Cortina on the near wing gets it on the baseline to Davis, who puts it up. Oh, off the near side of the rim, bounces up over, falls off to the far side. That goes out of bounds. Skyline's ball with 3:52 left to go. Schreiber to inbound, and there's a bump, and there is going to be a foul. And one's going to be on Dugan. That would be her first foul. One foul apiece on both teams with 3:52 left to go here in the third. Schreiber to inbound. Gets that over to Tusick in the far corner. Tusick trying to make her way down. Full court pressure by Dugan. Tusick over on the near sideline. Moves it over to Miller. Miller down the near side of the paint. Puts it up off glass. Would not go. Pulled down there. Pulling it away. Dugan moves it over is Grecken. Bounce pass over to Cortina. Cortina over midcourt. Pioneer with the ball. Knotted up at 12 apiece. Now Dugan on the near baseline. Puts it up. Puts it in. Dugan now has 3 points, and it's Pioneer 14, Skyline 12. Skyline brings it up as Tusick goes over midcourt. Tusick trying to get it over. Trying to get it over to Klein. That's stolen away. Here comes Davis for Pioneer into the paint. Davis, and she'll go down onto the court on the near side. She's trying to cut down the near side of the paint. That is going to be a foul, and I believe that one is going to be on Schreiber. Lead inbound, baseline right. Lee, Grecken, Davis, Cortina, Dugan. And the players for Pioneer. That gets put up off the side of the rim. Pulled down, coming the other direction. Schreiber over midcourt. Schreiber on the near wing. Gets it into the paint. Stolen away by Davis. Pioneer the other direction. Cortina has it in the front court. Gets it underneath. Holding herself in. Good job. Back over to Grecken. Grecken. That ball goes up high. Knocked down, stolen away by Dugan, who goes up underneath the basket. No basket, but the foul. That one is going to be on Bierman. Pioneer with the 2-point lead, trying to add to it is Dugan at the line. Dugan puts up the first shot. That off the back of the rim would not go. Substitutes coming in for Pioneer. McEwen comes in for Skyline. It's going to be Rosine. 2:48 left to go. 2-point lead. That one up. Dugan off the front of the rim. Tracked down by Bazzani. Bazzani coming the other direction for Skyline down the far sideline. Bazzani over midcourt. Bazzani trying to work her way onto the far sideline. Gets a screen. Bazzani into the far corner. Lifts it. Gets it, moving it back to Miller. Miller, that's stolen away. Here comes Pioneer racing ahead with its Grecken. Grecken into the paint. Grecken now puts up the shot and in. Grecken's first points of the game. And it's going to be Pioneer 16, Skyline 12, 2:14 left to go here in the second. You're watching Pioneer women's junior varsity basketball versus Skyline. Bazzani brings it up for the Eagles. On to the far elbow. Bazzani gets her shot back. That off the glass falls short. Here comes Cortina the other direction. Cortina for Pioneer picks up a dribble. Needs a little help. Dugan over midcourt. Dugan coming down. There's a bump from behind by Miller. Miller will pick up the foul. That is one foul on Pioneer, 3 on Skyline in this period. 4, on Skyline now this period. One more, and Pioneer will be shooting baskets. Lawson to inbound on the near sideline for Pioneer. Lawson looking to her left, gets it over to Dugan. Dugan comes top of the key, being watched by Bazzani. Moves it over to Grecken. Grecken down the far side of the paint, puts it up off glass, rolls around it in. Grecken with 4 points, and it's 18-12. Pioneer back to a 6-point game. Now bringing it ahead is Miller. She loses the handle out on the far sideline. Pioneer to inbound. Lawson to inbound, just back by Coach Lee to her left. 1 minute, 39 seconds left to go here in the third. 18-12, Pioneer with the lead. Dugan. And ball trying to squirt away. Lawson has it. That tip back. Stolen away back there by Bierman. Bierman trying to move it ahead. Pioneer down to the court. Goes Fortini now coming into the paint. That put up by Lawson. Off the glass, off the front of the rim. That rebound put in by McEwen. McEwen with her first points of the game, and it's 20-12. Pioneer with the lead with 1:12 left to go. Skyline coming down the far sideline. Miller with it. And one goes out of bounds. There is going to be a whistle and a foul. I believe that one is going to be on McEwen. 2 fouls on Pioneer, 4 on Skyline. So on the Skyline players, Miller trying to So she was making sure her shoe was tied there. Now she'll inbound right in front of the scorer's bench. And back over to Kearse. Kearse down the far side of the paint. Moves it over to Arocha. Arocha on the near side of the paint, trying to get a shot off. Moves it into the near corner. Working her way around. Bazzani to the free throw line. That blocked. Pulled down by Fortini. Fortini ahead to Dugan. Dugan trying to make her way through traffic down to the court to try and pull that away. Loose ball. Skyline chases it. Arocha trying to hold it in. That goes out of bounds. Pioneer ball. Best efforts by Arocha, but she couldn't corral it before it went out of bounds. Sideline left. That is going to be Lawson to inbound baseline left with 47.2 seconds left to go here in the third. 20-12, Pioneer with the lead. Lawson to inbound for Teeny, McEwen, Grecken, as well as Dugan in there for Pioneer. Launched over at the free throw line. Dugan has it in a group, and that is going to be a travel. 42.6 seconds left to go. Skyline with the ball here in the third. Skyline to inbound right at the scorer's bench, it looks like. Timeout call. We'll take him with him. How about a nice message from the MHSAA?
Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
As we are here, and it is, let's see what's going on, as it looks like I'm having a little issues with trying to make sure what we're seeing. That's just a little behind. That's all right. My screen here is a little behind, but that's okay. 41 seconds left to go. Bazzani coming over onto the near wing. Bazzani comes top of the key. Bazzani trying to make her way in. That put up off the side of the rim to the near side. Loose. Now Dugan comes away with it. Dugan down the far side of the paint, puts it off glass and in. Dugan now with 5 points. 18 seconds left to go. Quickly ahead to Arocha now over. Murray puts it up. Murray puts it in. Murray with her first points of the game. 12 seconds left to go. It's 22-12. (22-14) is the lead now. Trying to fire it in is Murray. Murray trying to make it a three-point play. That held in. Ball put up off the side. Skyline trying to put it up. There's going to be a foul. Pioneer by 8 points. Skyline trying to cut it. As Tuzik to the line, shooting 2. With 8.8 seconds left. The officials talking things over. I believe they have, they're talking to the scorer's bench now. First one is up, high off the glass, off the front of the rim. One more shot coming for Tuzik. Second shot up by Tuzik off the back of the rim, pulled down by Pioneer. Fortini moves ahead to Grecken. Grecken Over on the near wing, Fortini underneath. That put up by Anderson. Little too strong. That will do it. As that is going to be 22-14 Pioneer at the end of 3. Play a few messages from the MHSA. We will be right back with your second or your fourth quarter action.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a
So we're back live, just trying to fix, looks like our scoreboard stopped working there, so I'll try and make it manual. It is 22-14 Pioneer with the lead, the ball. Skyline has it, Bazzani working their way over. Up and good, Skyline makes it 14, and I believe that was Bazzani, so he has 5, quickly ahead. Wernemount has it now on the near wing, gets it over to Davis. Davis coming down the near side. Davis puts it up. And off the glass, off the front of the rim, trying to pull it down. Wernemount trying to get to it. That's going to go off of a knee. So it's 22-16 now here in the fourth with 7:22 left to go. Wernemount on the far wing. Wernemount moves it over onto the near wing. Over to Cortina. Cortina gets it on the near elbow to Davis. That pulled away. Here comes Skyline quickly the other direction. Is Miller into the paint. Miller puts it up. High off glass, comes over to the near side. Arocha gets it and makes it 22-18. And Arocha now has 4 points. It's quickly stolen away by Bazzani. Bazzani coming down the far side of the paint. Bounce pass into the far corner. That tipped out of bounds with 6:51 left to go. Pioneer 22, Skyline 18 here in the fourth. I know the clock isn't running or working. We just lost our scoreboard there. We'll see if we can correct it between games. Scoreboard connector. Bazzani has it on the far sideline. Bazzani bounce pass back to Arocha. Arocha racing down the far side of the paint. Knocked away by Davis, and that will be Pioneer's ball as Davis plucked it out of the air. 6:44 left to go here in the second. Pioneer by 4. 22-18. Lee inbounds or two inbound, baseline left. Skyline with the first 4 points of this period to get it from an 8-point lead to a 4-point lead for Pioneer. And stolen away, put up by Bazzani off the near side of the rim, pulled down. That should be jump ball, possession arrow points. That is going to be Pioneer's ball. Lee to inbound, baseline left, 6:39 left to go. Lee looking for a place to go. Full court pressure by Skyline. Here comes Cortina down the near side of the court. Cortina over half court. Cortina gets it over to Lee. Lee at the free throw line. Now over to Wernemount on the near wing. Back over Cortina for 3. That one just over to the near side. Lee gets the rebound, puts it up. Little too strong. Davis puts it up and in. Davis with 8 points. Pioneer 24, Skyline 18. Quickly ahead with it. Skyline dishes it underneath and put up by Kearse. Pulled down by Pioneer. Davis the other direction. Over midcourt. Davis moves it over to Lee for Pioneer. Lee on the blockades. Over on the near wing to Davis. She goes down to the court. with 6:02 left to go. Couple substitutions coming in for Skyline as Schreiber will come in. And inbounded, Cortina back over to Lee on the near wing. Lee has it stolen away by Kierce. Skyline with it. Bazzani brings it ahead. Bazzani arcs it down the far sideline into the far corner. Arocha puts it up off glass off the side of the rim on the far side. Pulled down by Bazzani. Skyline has it again on the far sideline. Trying to move it over to Arocha. Arocha back over Bazzani, top of the key. Wernimount watching her. 5:35 left to go. Down the far side, that's Bierman who puts it up. And Bierman puts it in. That's her first points of the game. 24-20. And ball goes out of bounds on the near sideline. That will be Pioneers' ball with 5:24 left to go here in the fourth. 4-point lead by Pioneer. Lee and Wernimount get a breather. They go off to the sideline. McVicker in, as well as McEwen. Now McVicker has it on the far wing. McVicker into the far corner with it. Moves it back. Cortina for three. That goes in! Cortina with her first points of the game. Huge three-pointer. That makes it 27-20. Pioneer with the lead. Skyline down the far side. Gets it into the paint. That put up and in by Kierce. Rolls off the rim and down. And it's now 27-22. There's going to be a travel in the backcourt for Pioneer. 4:57 left to go here in the fourth. 27 Pioneer, 22 Skyline. Skyline with the ball. They'll inbound on the near sideline as Schreiber to inbound. McVicker will be watching that. Now timeout called. We'll take it with them. You're watching Pioneer Women's Junior Varsity Basketball, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
4:57 left to go here in the fourth. 27-22. Pioneer with a 5-point lead. It has been the largest was a 9-point lead. Pioneer started off the game 9-0, and then Skyline came back with 10 straight points to take a 1-point lead going into halftime. Pioneer had the 22-14 lead, 8-point lead at the end of the third, and now we have a tight 5-point game. And ball will be inbounded by Skyline on the near sideline. Schreiber to inbound. McVicker watching the inbound. Schreiber looks to her left now, arcs it all the way over. That grabbed, spinning with it. Kierce had it down to the court. Fortini went down to try and get that, create a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Skyline. And Schreiber will inbound, baseline left. McVicker trying to make it difficult. Back to the free throw line. Kierce with it. That ball came up short. Davis with it over to Fortini. Fortini brings it in for Pioneer. 4:42 left to go. That ball pulled over. There's a whistle. That's going to be Skyline ball. 4:39 left to go. Here in the fourth, Pioneer by 5. Skyline inbound on the far sideline. Bazzani with it. Bazzani comes in her own backcourt. Cortina trying to make it difficult for her. Bazzani all the way into the far corner. Bazzani bounce pass, gets that over to Klein. That ball put up, rattles around and home. Klein with her first points. Now it's 27-24, 3-point game. Davis on the baseline, puts it up, puts it in. Davis with a game-high 10 points. And it's 29-24. Skyline the other direction, down the far sideline into the far corner. Bazzani puts it up a little too strong. McVicker trying to knock it away, but out of bounds. It will be Skyline ball. 4:01 left to go here in the fourth. Back 29-24, 5-point game again. Miller to inbound, baseline left. Miller to inbound for Skyline. Now gets it underneath. That ball loose to the ground. That is going to be a tie-up jump ball. Possession arrow points Pioneers' way this time with 3:58 left to go here in the fourth. 5-point lead by Pioneers. Skyline has continued to battle hard all game long. Pioneer trying to hang on to this lead. They get it into Fortini. Fortini over midcourt. Fortini trying to get it over to McEwen into the near corner. Fortini has that batted away. Gets it back over to Cortina. Cortina. Tight pressure on the near sideline. Cortina picked up the dribble. Gets it over to Fortini. Trying to get it over to McEwen. That knocked out the far baseline right. 3:38 left to go here in the fourth. 29-24. Pioneer with the 5-point lead. That ball into Bazzani for Skyline. Skyline brings it ahead. Here deep in the fourth. Full court pressure by Pioneer. Bazzani gets over midcourt. Bazzani down into the paint. That pulled away. Trying to get it. That knocked right back as Dugan knocked it away. But that grab by Bierman. Now to the free throw line. Back over. Bierman taking a shot. That knocked away as McEwen blocked it. McEwen coming down on the baseline. That goes out. And that's going to stay Pioneers' ball. 29-24. Remaining a 5-point game with 3:10 left to go. Pioneer to inbound, baseline right. That's going to be Lee to inbound. Three-player change for Skyline. So they bring in a fresh set of players. Lee to inbound, being watched by Tuzik. Lee looks to her left, to her right, now bounces underneath. That put up by Dugan and in. Pioneer 39, Skyline 24. Quickly ahead, that goes out the near sideline as Miller had it. That goes Pioneer's way. 3:02 left to go. 39-24, Pioneer with the lead. So they have a 7-point lead. Lead inbound right in front of us. That gets back over to Fortini. Fortini on the near sideline. Fortini dribbles to her left, to her right. Fortini down the near side of the paint, trying to get it over to McEwen. That's stolen back away by Pioneer. Knocked back to Lee. Lee puts it up with the left hand and in. Lee with her first points of the game. That makes it 33-24. 9-point lead for Pioneer with 2:41 left to go. Quickly ahead, Murray down the far sideline for Skyline. Murray bounce pass into the far corner. And that is going to be out of bounds. Skyline ball, baseline left with 2:34 left to go. 9-point lead by Pioneer. Substitution coming in. Davis comes in for Pioneer. Gives McEwen a breather. In for Skyline is Kearse. Now inbounded, baseline left. Miller trying to get it in. That loose. Davis comes up with it for Pioneer. Davis quickly ahead. Fortini has it on the near wing underneath. That's stolen away by Kearse. Skyline the other direction with 2:24 left to go. Quickly ahead, knocked away by Dugan. Fortini with it. Fortini for Pioneer. Into the near corner for Davis. Down the baseline. Now underneath, trying to get it to Cortina. That goes out of bounds. 2:14 left to go. 33-24. Pioneer with the lead. Lead to inbound, baseline rights. Lee, just the far side of her own basket, gets it over. Dugan puts it up and puts it in. Dugan with 9 points makes it 35-24. 11-point lead for Pioneer with 2:06 left to go. Skyline brings it ahead as here comes Tuzik over midcourt. Tuzik being watched by Fortini. Tuzik picks up her dribble. Tuzik bounce pass over and back. That will be Pioneer's ball. 1:55 left to go. That ball went over midcourt, then back the other side. And ball Pioneers ball. as they will bring it. That will be inbounded on the near sideline with 1 minute 55 seconds left. Lead to inbound right in front of us. Pioneer JV women's basketball trying to hang on to this lead. Get a big win here over on the near wing. Tipped away from Wernemount. Good sportsmanship is both Wernemount and Arocha. Helping Miller up to her feet. Love to see that. Love to see the good sportsmanship. Lead to inbound on the near sideline. Tuzik watching her with 1:49 left to go. Substitution coming in. Bazzani comes in, replacing Miller. Now Lee to inbound. Lee gets it back to Wernemount, over and back, as she was just on the other side of midcourt. That will be Skyline's ball. Tuzik right in front of us to inbound. Right at midcourt. Breckett comes in for Pioneer, giving Cortina a breather with 1:48 left to go. Tuzik to inbound. Tuzik looks to her left. Tuzik gets it into Kearse. Kearse on the near wing. Kearse loses the dribble. Out of bounds. Pioneer's ball with 1:44 left to go. 35-24. Pioneer with the lead. Lead to inbound. Baseline left. Tuzik watching her there. Bounce pass ahead to Dugan. Dugan up the near side. Full court pressure. That went off. Kicked ball. Pioneer ball. 1:40 left to go here in the JV contest. Lead to inbound just to our left. 11-point lead for Pioneer. Davis comes to take it in. Gerwood in for Pioneer now. Davis inbound on the near sideline, trying to get it. That tipped away. Skyline with it. Arocha down the near side of the paint. Arocha puts it up and in. That makes it 35-26. Arocha now has 6 points. That is going to be a traveling Skyline ball with 1:29 left to go. 9-point lead for Pioneer. Schreiber. The inbound on the near sideline. That into the paint, stolen away. Here comes Pioneer. Dugan gets it to Davis. Davis puts it up with the right hand. Up and in, off the glass and in. Davis has 12 points to lead all players in the game. Stolen away by Grecken. Grecken into the near corner. Grecken gets it over to Wernemount. Wernemount. There's a three-pointer by Davis. Oh, just wouldn't go. Popped up off glass in the front of the rim. That one off glass. Pioneer tried to put it back up. Now Davis for three. Oh, off the top of the glass. And that got stuck up there. That'll be fun. So I don't know if someone has a broom they can knock that with. Gosh knows I have no kind of ups like that. Probably just get another basketball and try and knock that out of there. So that'll be out of bounds. It'll be Skyline ball. The official gets the fun job of trying to dislodge the basketball. Not only do you get to know all the rules and make sure that everyone's following it, but you get to try your own athletic skill in front of everyone, trying to knock the ball from the suspension up there. There we go. Excellent job. Round of applause for the officials. Doing double duty there. We appreciate that. 1 minute, 1 second left to go here in the fourth. Skyline inbound, baseline right. Schreiber trying to get it in. That grab coming the other direction. It's Klein. Full court pressure by Pioneer. That pulled away. Down the far side. Bierman has it. Bierman trying to get it into the paint. That put up by Rosine. Pulled down by Pioneer. 46 seconds left to go. That goes ahead. Tipped in by Grecken, trying to keep it in. That is going to be a whistle with 41.6 seconds left to go. That will go over to Skyline's way. 39-26, or 37-26, excuse me, Pioneer 11-point lead. Inbound by Schreiber. Now back over Arocha, trying to get it over midcourt. Arocha has it right in front of us, picked up her dribble. Now Arocha down on the near wing. Arocha, 30 seconds left to go, working her way around the three-point line, over onto the far wing. Arocha still with it, down the far side of the paint, puts that up, rolls around and in. Rocha leading all Skyline players with 10 points. It is now a 9-point game, 37-28. 13 seconds left to go. Dugan brings it ahead for Pioneer. Dugan trying to get over midcourt, trying to get it over to Wernemouth. That poked away, Skyline with it. 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left, 1 second left. Rocha has it out of bounds, and that will do it. Pioneer with the win, 37-28. Pioneer JV basketball gets the win. Now the varsity squad will attempt to follow suit, and we will have that game up next for you. For my camera person, Christina Wiseman, my name is Mark Wiseman. We will be back with varsity action coming up. Final score, 37-28. Pioneer Junior Varsity with the win.